Good afternoon, everybody. It's me again, funnily enough. And this is about the Oculus Rift. Now, the Oculus Rift is a virtual reality headset. I'm not sure who has actually developed the main system. I know that Samsung have developed their Gear VR, and that a couple of other really big manufacturers are in on it as well. Like I think Sony's doing one, but it might be LG. I'm not entirely sure. I've watched some coverage of Gear VR. No, I've watched some coverage of virtual reality, and I've watched some people doing some reviews and talking about what it's like putting the headsets on. But the problem with obviously virtual reality is you really, really have to try it for yourself. And luckily, today I got the opportunity to try out a virtual reality headset. Now it's really, really cool. The guy introduced it by telling us a story about a group of children who were led into the desert, either with or by a school teacher, and ended up in this black cube that was sort of built out of iron and wood in the middle of the desert, and they were there for 2 weeks and they just completely disappeared. Completely vanished, and that was the story. And then one by one, we got inducted in to the room, and he was filming us, which is why I'm talking about this, because at some point, hopefully, this is all going to go into a film that I might be featured in, because obviously he did some shots of me actually wearing the headset and sort of my reaction to that, and then afterwards he filmed me and asked me some questions about it. I'm just going to lean back now because my arm's hurting from holding this up. It's kind of an awkward angle because it's on charge at the moment, not that you need to know that. But he filmed us doing it and then talked to us afterwards. And I was really, really hyped up for it, because when I found out what we were doing, I said to immediately, "Oh, can I do that? I really, really want to try it. I know about the Oculus Rift. I know what it is, and I've seen people like PewDiePie trying out game versions, and stuff. And I just really wanted to have a look at this first person perspective, like Otherworld, and I did. It was absolutely insane. Now, of course, then this is me talking about a first person experience in a video, because I know what it's like, but you may not necessarily. But what I'm going to say is there are a couple of options. First, I'm going to point out is that there's this thing called Google Cardboard, which is essentially like a fold out box, and you put your smartphone in it, and then you can hold it up to your eyes and view it, and it costs less than £2, I think. The one that you might want to use for most generic smartphones, like anything from a 4 to a 5, maybe a little bit bigger inch display, something like a Samsung Galaxy S4 would be a really good option, which is one we tried out. Can fit into one of the larger plastic headsets that have lenses that bring the screen right up to your eyes, and they cost about £8, so they're really cool. And the good thing about those is there's actually an app I think it's on all big stores. So it's on the App Store, it's on the Play Store, and it is on the Windows Phone Store, because I have a Windows Phone and I found it, so it's there. And it's called Roller Coaster VR. And essentially what it is you just download it and then you start playing it. Open the app on your phone, or like I've got here, like an iPod. You put it into the headset and then you hold up, and it is a virtual reality roller coaster, and you can look around you, and you're in this 3D world, and you're going along the roller coaster. Advisory: anyone who gets motion sick, possibly not the best thing for you to try out, because you do come away feeling a little bit spinny, but it is really, really cool. Then, of course, the next step up from that is the actual headsets themselves that essentially have displays built into them. The one that we used was essentially I kept asking what version it was, but I don't think he heard me. He just said it was a Samsung Galaxy Note, essentially built into the headset, and that one was about £300. So I'm not advising anyone to go out and get one of those. I'm certainly not going to get one of those, but I might look into getting maybe a plastic one, or even a Google Cardboard, but who knows. But the point of this video, and it has been quite long and it has been a bit of a ramble, but it's just me talking about what the Oculus Rift is and telling you, if you're watching out there, virtual reality is awesome. Like we had the headset over our eyes, but then we also had some headphones over, so it was like completely immersive. And then we steered our first person sort of thing in the game around with arrow keys, and there's no way to describe it. It's so cool. It's so immersive. This is coming from somebody who doesn't have an Xbox, doesn't have a PlayStation, doesn't play a lot of not only mobile games but main sort of system console games. So maybe it was like quite a big change for me, but it was really, I thought it was really enjoyable, really fun. I'm going to put this video up, and as soon as I can get the link to the end video where I'm interviewed, I'll link it below. But for now, this is just me talking about virtual reality. Of course, if you're watching this in the future, when the link is below, go check it out. Hopefully some of my stuff is put in, because I tried to be as animated as possible. It wasn't too difficult because I'd just taken the headset off and I was sort of, coming back to the real world. Virtual reality is absolutely awesome. So yeah, that's my video for today. Just as an end to this video, well, not really an end, but like a PS. A lot of my friends are doing exams at the moment, but a couple of them I've been talking about getting together and filming some really cool videos. We're going to do some accent videos. We're going to do some like quizzes, like some stuff about ourselves, so that if you're watching, you can get to know us a little bit better. I've got some marshmallows lying around, so I thought, what the hell, I might as well do the Chubby Bunny Challenge, because apparently that's what we do now. And yeah, and hopefully as well, they have DSLRs, so the video quality should also be a lot better. And I've also, after a couple of years of resistance, agreed to let one of my friends do my makeup, which, if you're watching and you know me, that's kind of an area that I'm not particularly comfortable with. Makeup is, I'm not going to get onto that now, that's a separate video, but yeah, I said if she filmed it and edited it and put together what she wanted to, then she could do whatever the hell she wanted to my face with whatever she could find lying around. So that's going to be quite fun, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching this, or if it was a bit long and rambly, but there we go. And I'll catch you later.